All right, daily question for you. What is a hobby that you had as a kid that anyone who knows you now would never expect for you to have had?
Hobby.
And I'm going to be pretty loose with the definition of hobby. Like this could have been, like a sport that you played or just something that you spent time on that was for fun, like not for school necessarily.
Okay. Mine definitely would be a sport.
Okay.
And like you might know this if I've referenced it before, but you also might not. So this could be a new thing that you're learning. But one of my hobbies was playing basketball with my brother.
Whoa.
Like I would try to convince him, like anytime he would hang out with me, I would like, I'll do anything if you'll just hang out with me. And so I would play like cat or dog, or we would often like do our dog's names. So at the time we had a dog named Rocky.
Nice.
Or Shadow. And, and we had a dog named Raven at one point, and we called ourselves the Ravens.
I've just learned 2 new things that I never knew before.
You didn't know I had a dog named Raven?
No.
Yeah. And so we would, just because I was like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I wasn't great at basketball. I like playing basketball sometimes.
Interesting.
Definitely hate watching it.
Wow. I would have never, ever guessed basketball.
I know.
It actually is okay. So I have 2, one that and then one that I don't think I've ever talked about because I'm only just now thinking about it for the first time in years.
Is it playing Monopoly by yourself?
No, I did do that though. Yeah, it was always Trevor versus TJ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who won?
I think Trevor won a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Trevor.
Yep, he was pretty good at it. So the 2 is, one was guitar. I don't think anybody who knows me now would expect that I would have played guitar. But I was like on the middle school worship band, which I think should tell you how good middle school worship bands are. That I was not just like allowed to play, but asked to play. Yeah, it was
bizarre.
Yeah, totally. I got some chicks' attentions though with it, but obviously because they were middle school girls and they didn't know what guitar was supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
But the one that I don't think you actually know anything about is I was a pretty avid pogo sticker for a while. And my mom got me one of the basic ones, and I think I wore it to the ground until the spring wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
And then we got the gray one, which you've probably seen around the house because I think we recently got rid of it. But that one was like rated for 150 pounds or something. And
nice.
And I don't remember the numbers. I can check with my mom later because I'm sure I bragged to her many times about the number of jumps in a single go. But it was in the like high 100s.
Dang. Did you ever do any like backflips or anything?
No, you from my understanding, I think you need specific kind of pogo sticks for that. Because the ones that we had, like, I could maybe get 3 feet up.
Okay.
But I don't think that's enough to do a flip.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd certainly not do one now as a 32-year-old.
Thank you. Thank you for not doing that. The pogo sticking isn't so much of a shock to me because I feel like when I came into your family, there was a pogo stick in your backyard still. And
it was probably that one.
Yeah. So like maybe you guys told me at one point that you were really good at it. I don't know that I would have classified it as a hobby though.
Yeah, and I think
but it makes sense.
Yeah, I think my definition of hobby is very diverse. I don't think there's a really high bar for it. I think it's mostly just what do you spend free time on?
Okay.
Right? Like
that's
not like
and
a
I have
necessity.
a lot more hobbies from my youth that I can recall given that.
Okay, cool. Because to expand my definition just a little bit, like now I would say cleaning the house is not a hobby. Okay. But
if it's productive, it's not a hobby.
No. But if I go over to the dungeon at Ryan's house and I organize my minis and tidy up the dungeon, I would 100% count that as a hobby because it feels like play to me.
Sure.
It's not necessary. It's not anything that I'm like required to do or somebody's really expecting me to do. but it's something that I'm willing to spend free time on and enjoy spending my free time on. I think occasionally there's certain projects around the house that I might clean or tidy or whatever.
Sure.
Where that feels sort of like in the realm of hobby. Like it's like housekeeping is sometimes a hobby, depending. It's probably specific areas of the house.
For me, I mean, I could classify housekeeping as play if I get to listen to an audiobook.
Okay.
But it has to be in tandem.
Totally.
It doesn't feel fun if I don't get to listen to a podcast or an audiobook.
Okay, so I'm perfectly content with that concept of what a hobby is.
I would also add that, like, I've heard this before as well. And when it comes to a hobby, if you profit off of it, it is no longer a hobby. It is then a side hustle.
Agreed.
So putting that caveat in there too.
Yep, I would agree.
Not like you and I really have a side hustle like that. I mean, you kind of do, but I don't. Yeah. If I were to like come up with a hobby and then start selling it, it would no longer be a hobby.
Agreed. Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm curious in this episode about hobby graveyards. The hobbies that we had at one point that we just haven't even thought about, like my pogo sticking, right? You had originally said that you think it's going to look worse for you than it is for me. But I strongly disagree. I don't think I'm going to come out of this looking too hot because I think one of the things with me is that I'm pretty obsessive when it comes to hobbies. Yeah. And go hard at it. And so when they go to the graveyard, it feels like a bigger loss of like time, money, effort.
You really invest a lot at the beginning. And I'm like, I just kind of want to try it out because I don't know if I like it yet.
Can I spend like $15 on this thing?
Yeah. And yours is like, I invested $400 and I'm ready to go.
I think some of that's my parents' fault. If I look back on some of the hobbies that were really encouraged, my parents did encourage it by making sure that all that I really needed to do it was there. Like we were never without a trampoline, even if we went through 3 in a year.
That's true. Yeah. You guys always have a trampoline.
And those are not cheap.
That's crazy.
But I think there was probably maybe a span of like 2 months total at any given time that we didn't have a trampoline. It was because the storm took that one and we had just bought one and my dad was grumpy about having to pay for another one, which is totally fair. But I think some of that set the precedent of if you're going to spend your time on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I think too, I mean, there's some hobbies that I have that have been lasting. I know that's not what we're talking about right now. But your mom the other day pulled out these, like, what were those little puppy dogs that Hannah played with?
Tiny Pet Shop?
Yeah, Tiny Pet Shop. And so she was like, I kept all of these from Hannah's youth because she loved it. Like every single prize of hers was one of those pet shop pets. And now my grandkids get to use them. And that's so fun. But
I think neither of us is going to come out of this looking as bad as Hannah looks, my sister, because she not only goes through them pretty rapidly, but she also does the investment thing.
So she's a combo of us.
Hey, I just bought this $50 rug gun thing. I don't know if she's ever made a rug.
Oh, right? Okay, yep. I thought it was a rug cleaner type thing.
No, I think it was one of the guns that you like shoot them.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's like to create a
tougher rug. I don't know. Not one of my hobbies.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to like rapid fire hobbies that are now in our graveyards? Though I could still pick them up. Just
yes, you could. Right. You can be a hobby necromancer.
They're above ground in the graveyard.
I'm actually a little curious about other ones that you did as a kid.
Okay. Sure. One of the ones that I did often in the summertime was play The Sims on my desktop computer. Yeah. I would just sit there for hours.
Oh, yeah.
You know, creating Sims, using the cheat codes.
Of course. Who wants to go to work?
My brother actually like played the game as it was supposed to be played, and I would like watch it and I'm like, that looks nice, but I could also just, you know, not work and have everything that I want.
Those are the people that grow up and do things the hard way.
But yeah, I would, you know, I'd get tired of my Sim and then I'd drown them in a pool or whatever, lock them in a closet.
Trap them in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so the dark side of playing The Sims.
I played Sims very infrequently. I don't think it was on my list of games that my mom would have ever bought for me.
No,
but
I mean, you can literally make babies on that game.
Yeah.
Which I did.
They never show you anything because it's all pixelated, but whatever.
Obviously. I don't want to see pixelated.
Back to middle school. I did, however, get Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I watched my brother play that one.
I played so many hours of that and would do the same thing. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm going to build a roller coaster where it just flies everybody into oblivion and kills them.
Man, now I just have this memory that I'm realizing now, looking on it, it kind of just looks creepy on my end. Because you said Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I'm like, I never played that, but I sure did watch my brother play it. I watched him play so many games, and now I'm just thinking about, like, what does that look like if my, somebody just walked in on that, and I'm just, like, creepily sitting behind my brother, like,
I think that's...
Yeah, this is great.
No, I think that's a designated spot for younger siblings.
Okay, so it's not that creepy?
No, because I think all of my siblings have memories like that where they were watching me play a game.
Okay, because I have memories of these games, but I've never played them, but I just watched Trey play them nonstop, and I loved it because a lot of them ones that he would play were stories.
Right.
And then there would be things you'd have to do, but you're still following a storyline, and I just loved it.
Well, and I remember I had to be really creative at certain times because, like, my siblings would want to play a game, but I wanted to play my game. And so I had to come up with a way for them to feel like they enjoyed watching more than playing. And one of them was I was playing Flight Simulator, and I would have it set up, and then I would set up chairs behind me.
Amazing.
And I think Rebecca would be either the co-pilot or the flight attendant or something.
Amazing.
And so she basically dealt with everybody.
That's so brilliant.
Well, I'm flying. And then they're just all in the back having their own little, like, playing house in an airplane.
That's amazing.
It was great.
Wow. Man. Okay, I'm trying to think of hobbies. I mean, technically my hobby of doing my nails, which is still a hobby that I have. Look at how cute they are. It started in high school.
Oh, okay.
And it started with my mom buying me this huge kit. I don't even know if I asked about it, but she brought me this huge kit of really thin brushes.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, I can do designs with these. And then because it was nail polish, it would chip every week. And so I would do my nails every weekend, and I would just watch a movie. And that's how I got really good at polishing with my left hand.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a hobby that isn't in the graveyard. But that's one that started in my youth.
Alive. Yeah. I'm trying to think of hobbies that I had as a kid. I think
Mine are like, what did I play as a kid? And I'm like, that's not really what we're talking about. So
yeah, I don't know if I really picked up hobbies until maybe high school, where, like, I was super into the Lord of the Rings trading cards for a long time.
That's a weird one.
Well, it was, and that was probably middle school.
My brother had Pokemon cards. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, it was middle school. The movies were still coming out. I don't think Return of the King had fully come out yet. But it was all of the kids in my enrichment group for homeschool. They all had them. And I don't think we ever played. Pressure. We just looked at them.
That sounds right.
But I had a ton.
I'm sure my brother probably played Pokemon, but I don't remember seeing him play.
Yeah.
But I remember the whole book of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved looking at them.
Yep. It's back in a big way now.
Well, I mean, probably since Pokemon Go. I mean, I know that was a little while ago, but it probably was the igniter of, like, oh, we care about Pokemon again.
Could be.
Yeah. Okay, so jumping into college, into future. Give me a hobby that now lives in the graveyard for you.
There might be some people who argue with this.
As if they might argue
as like a hobby.
Okay.
But I would say that, I got on Instagram probably 3 years after it had started.
Okay.
And it was a huge part of the community that I was in at the time. And it wasn't what social media is now.
Right.
Where whatever it is now. But when I started getting into it, and especially with a group of people that I was with, we would intentionally go out of our way to locations to take pictures of each other or to like one up somebody else's artistic photo.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that we would frequently do trips on the weekends where it was like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And we're like, oh, we're going to go up here and we're going to take photos.
Mm.
And it wasn't, we're going to take photos with our cameras because we're not like doing photography. It was, we're doing it for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
And I would count that as hobby because it very much felt more like a hobby than what social media is now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because of the artistic style of it. I mean, you guys are out there like duck face, you know, not
we
always.
Never did duck. We were like the artistic hipster ones.
I know. All of the profiles.
Yep. All of them. Yep.
That reminded me though that starting my senior year of high school, my hobby was photography.
Oh, for a class?
Like, so I did take a photography class. I took Photoshop and I took film. That was really fun.
That's cool.
I got to develop film and I really loved it. And I asked my parents for a camera for graduation. And that's when I got my Rebel.
Yeah.
And then I think I, maybe took pictures throughout college and stuff. But I mean, as soon as our phones got good cameras, I was like, I don't really want to carry this massive thing around. And I don't love the editing photos part. And what I think is so funny is that like, I'm the one who technically brought the fancy cameras into our relationship. Yeah. And now you're like, that's not even a fancy camera.
I'm sorry.
Because you are an actual photographer and videographer now. And no, but it's funny because like, looking at what we started with, mine was a fancy camera.
It was the fanciest camera in the entire house.
In the entire house. Yes.
Totally.
But I don't care for photography. I think I love following some of my friends on Instagram because they're very like story driven and they like narrate their lives and they take really good pictures and stuff. And I love reading that. And I'm like, man, I would love to do that. And then I think about actually doing it. And I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
No, that does not sound fun to me.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one that's in the grave for me.
Yeah.
I have to work really hard to take pictures. And we know that based off of like, we have this wall behind us. You can't see it, but of pictures that we change monthly. And I think 80% of them are from your camera.
Probably.
20% are from mine because I just forget. Let me rephrase. Reframe. I'm very present. I'm so present. I can't even take my phone out to take pictures.
Totally.
So present.
Totally. Good mom, good wife, good person.
You will always have me 100%. 99%.
I think one for me that's in the graveyard that I don't know if it could ever get resurrected is comic books. I was really into comic books, end of high school, start of college. You literally bought
comic books this year.
Yeah. Maybe it's a comparison thing for me then, because I was into it so hardcore that I knew stats on superheroes.
Wow.
Like you could name a superhero from either DC or Marvel and I would be able to know their backstory.
Wow.
It was like there was a lot of studying of Wikipedia pages.
Okay.
And like lots of trips to the library, which I think is like one of the first times that another hobby of mine really shows its face, which is like internet deep dives. I'm a big researcher with my hobbies.
Which is how you like came up with the Wikipedia game.
I didn't come up with that. I found it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty well known.
Okay.
But I'll take credit for you thinking that I invented it.
But internet deep dives.
Yeah, the internet deep dives. I don't know if I could get back into superheroes. Because I think I like almost burnt myself out on it.
Like
and especially with all the movies, because this was before the Avengers came out. And I don't know if I can do it again. But I do those internet deep dives a lot. And it'll, last anywhere from 30 minutes to 30 days where it's just that's the thing that I'm researching and learning about and figuring out. And they can be so random.
Yeah. My internet deep dives, this is not a hobby, but it's just the algorithm getting me sucked into a hole of watching ASMR videos. Yeah. Or today, my feed was stuck on home renovations.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, why is my feed nothing but home renovations? But it's just like people, like stripping paint off of wood. And I'm like, I love this stuff.
Well, it was funny. A few weeks ago, I think now, we traded phones. Yeah. Or no, I think you had both phones, but we were looking through each other's search history, web history, YouTube history.
Trust.
Yeah. Well, right. There's not many couples that can do that. That's a challenge for you. Just trade your phone with your partner. Let them look through your internet search history and your YouTube search history. Mm-hmm. I mean, we also don't have social media, which is, I think, where a lot of people get in trouble.
I mean,
like with their DMs and stuff.
Oh, sure.
I don't know.
I mean, you can look through my DMs. It's like me sending dumb reels to my friends.
Yeah.
And then also my Bible study, like, hey, we should do this Bible study. Like, it's like.
Yeah, I'm not concerned at all. But it was funny to see how mine are increasingly specific searches on one very strange topic. Mm-hmm. Like, I think a recent one has been like on gun ammunition and trying to figure out what grains and what the different names are. And so like it's like, what's the difference between 9mm and 22? And then it gets to like the super specific of like, what is this brand's hollow point different than that brand's hollow point? Like
wow.
It just gets so specific so quickly. And yours is like super random single questions that I don't even understand what the benefit of the answer is.
Mine are very practical.
Yeah, it's like
Costco hours.
Yeah.
Costco hours.
Do executive members get to go in early on Saturdays?
I asked that question today. Mine, I could read it. Maybe that's an episode. We just read our search histories.
We'll have to like save some of the good ones.
Yeah.
That are actually interesting.
Yeah, mine are still going to be more boring than yours. I mean, yours will be a hole to dive into. And mine will be like all over the place. But
totally.
Yeah. Another one of my hobbies that's in the graveyard, and I'll lump these two together because I think I got them around the same time or within 3 years of each other.
Okay.
And I still have the stuff and I could still definitely pick it up out of the graveyard. But paint by numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I did an entire painting for my mom and like watched Friends and gave it to her for Christmas. And that was like a really sweet memory. But it like hurt my neck.
I think that was also like pre-kids.
It was pre-kids,
It might have been COVID too.
No, it wasn't COVID yet. I don't think.
Was it right before?
Yeah, it was before. Might have been like 2019 or something, like right before. But we had like a living room table or what coffee table. We don't have that now because kids. But I would just sit there at the coffee table and do paint by numbers, and it was cool, and I like it because like it's kind of abstract, but when you hold it far away, you see the
and
whole
to specify
picture.
Too, you got the paint by numbers that's a canvas that uses acrylic paints.
Yeah, not
just like a coloring book with paint by number.
Right, but I have been watching some coloring videos.
Have you?
I know. It's like hard because I feel like there's been times where I've also done coloring things and you've got me like really nice pencils and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Well, or I want to do it like for investment into hobbies that doesn't actually match your
Oh my
hobbies.
Gosh, yeah. Trevor has invested in so many of my hobbies before I'm even ready. Let me give you 3 examples. Okay. So the pencils.
Yep.
For coloring that I was like, okay, cool. Not ready for that.
And some coloring books too.
And coloring books. Yeah, you're right. You did have coloring books. Yeah. So that's 1. 2, this most recent Christmas, there were 2 hobbies that you tried to lean into so hard. And then you leaned into it so hard for one of them that it actually deterred me and I'd have to come back into it. And it's theology books.
Oh.
I like said I wanted to homeschool myself in theology, and I was like, I don't really want to pay for another degree because I had started a master's and then stopped the master's, and I was like, I'll just homeschool myself. And you're like, great, let me supply everything. And I was like, I've yet to read any of those books.
I only got you like 20 books that I did a bunch of research on to figure out what was going to be a common curriculum across different universities that have seminaries.
Yeah. That's way deeper than I would have gone. I'm grateful for it. I will eventually read those. And you've read a lot of them so far.
I've read most of them this year.
Yeah. So it wasn't a waste. And then this one kind of worked out for us, kind of didn't. You invested a lot more than I did into pickleball paddles. And I had picked up like a $15 set. And you were like, what did we talk about buying ourselves things around Christmas time? And I'm like, sorry, it never crossed my mind that you would buy me pickleball paddles.
Which means that it's such a good gift because you never would have expected it.
I know, but they were like $15 or it was like $10. It was super cheap.
Yours were really cheap.
And you bought like $70 to $90 ones.
They were $90, but I got them for $50.
That's not bad. But still, we didn't even know if we liked pickleball yet. We hadn't even played it. And so far, you've kind of hated it. So I'm glad we didn't invest in it.
I'm definitely coming out of this looking worse.
That's why I'm like, I'm not ready to invest until I'm actually like in love with it. Like my nails now, like I get good quality stuff because it is an investment that keeps going.
Yeah.
But pickleball, I'm not ready to I like playing pickleball, but I'm not ready to invest any more into it right now. Like it's not worth my time.
Yeah. There's not much more to invest in though.
Well, I mean, it's just like better paddles or cute outfits or shoes.
Better paddles aren't going to make me a better player. So I don't know if I'm interested in purchasing
It's good that you know that because there's not a lot of people that know that. They're like, obviously, if I have this, I'll be the best.
But obviously, if I get different shoes and
just
shorts and a t-shirt and maybe a sweatband, that'll make me.
The last one that I was going to say before I'm apparently done with a monologue here, sorry.
I've enjoyed it.
Is, okay, it was paint by numbers and then it was, embroidery.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big thing for my friends. And I really did enjoy that. But again, I'm realizing I don't love a lot of things that make me look down. Like it just hurts my neck. And one of my friends actually like did embroidery on a sweatshirt. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. But yeah, I don't do that one. And I just thought of a third one. Another one that you guys invested in that I was like, whoa. But you get a lot of use out of it. So it's fine. And that's cricket.
Like, to be fair, I got to use it as a business expense.
Okay, that's great.
Because I use it for marketing and
you use it so often.
I use it a lot, yeah.
I just thought I would use it a lot. And I don't know. This whole episode makes me feel like I'm wasteful.
I don't think so. I think if we look at where I've spent money on our hobbies, we get a lot of use out of it. Recently, the guys in my dad's group were talking about a website that you can go to and you basically plug in your Steam code and it'll tell you how much money you've actually spent on games and how much your library is worth of Steam games, so video games. And it also breaks it down into how many hours you've played and how much you've had to pay for each hour.
Okay.
So like if I've spent $50, but I've played 50 hours, it's $1 an hour. Right.
Sure.
And mine turned out being pretty good. It's like 23 cents an hour.
Nice.
Which feels great. Right. Because it feels like I am getting a lot of value out of what I'm paying for.
Yeah.
And it's caused me to think about some other things in our lives of, am I actually getting, and I think this is like the theory of economic utility, right? Which is also really another deep dive that I did a few years ago. My phone is a great utility of money. But I think that a lot of the times if we look at some of the things that we've done, you may have only spent a couple hours on embroidery.
True.
But we also probably only paid $20 for it.
That's a good point. And I mean, this is off topic too, but thinking about investing in things, like even your Merrill shoes that you just got, you literally are going to wear them every day for like a year.
Hopefully 2 years.
Right. But even so, that could be even just $1 a day would be $365, which is not what you paid.
Totally.
So I think if you're going to actually wear something that often, then it's worth the investment. And that's something I'm trying to stick in my brain. But that's a good point because
I think we get a lot of utility out of our hobby investments, like even our climbing stuff, right? That we talked about in an episode of SAT of like 2 summers ago. I was like, oh, I should do that. I didn't spend a crazy amount of money, right? Like I'm sure it's less than $300, which is still quite a bit.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is we're keeping it really clean. We're keeping it in nice condition.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be able to go next summer, hopefully, with the kids, or at least one of the kids, and go climbing and still use those.
Yep.
And even if I didn't, I feel like I've gotten $300 worth of use out of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Where I'm able to look at that at any given moment and be like, am I happy that I spent $300 on that?
Right.
Yeah. I think I am.
That's a good point.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's another one you have in the graveyard right now?
Climbing's one of them, but I think that one's like yours, very close to the surface.
Yeah.
Like, I hope to resurrect it soon.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that our daughter cries every time you're climbing.
She's so scared for me.
Daddy, come back down.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to find time to just go with her and do it, or for all of us to go do it. Mm-hmm. It's just, I think that one's not as worth the effort to get there as it used to be.
Painting minis?
I don't know if I'd count that as in the graveyard. I think it's been in the graveyard for the past couple months because
just like a dormant.
They didn't have the printer's been down.
Oh,
and so I haven't had new printers to mini. I haven't had new minis to paint.
Okay. I still haven't finished that dragon.
That's a current one. I would count that as a current one.
I do like doing that with you though.
It's
That's
fun.
a nice thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me if you have more in the graveyard, feel free to share them. And also, I can't remember if we talked about. Have we talked about hobbies before? I feel like we have talked about hobbies.
We've talked about which hobbies would you want to make into a job?
Okay.
I don't think we've talked about like dead hobbies or just like generalistic hobbies.
Okay.
And if we have,
sorry,
whatever, it's our show. We can do what we want.
Okay. Well, my question was going to be, what's one hobby you would like to start?
Ooh.
Now, if you could.
The one that comes to mind, because it's been my most recent internet deep dive, would maybe be shooting. Mm-hmm. I think going to the range and like practicing that would be really fun. Mm-hmm. But that's like a real expensive hobby. And like a different danger level too. Mm-hmm. Right. I think that would be fun. I think one that I am a little bit more interested in, especially after last episode, is potentially skiing or like snowboard, like snow activities. Okay. I think I'd like to find a snow activity hobby that I could do, like hiking. Okay. Right? I would count hiking as hobby, or hammocking for sure as hobby.
Sure. Maybe you need to take up snowshoeing.
Maybe. Hiking I just got to figure out what that looks like. But I think that would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
Well, I would say pickleball. I would like to play that a lot more. Yeah. And then, the problem is I don't have any practical way to actually start this, but I just need to find a friend with a boat and need to start wakeboarding again.
Sure.
Or wake surfing, or just being in the water. That would be something I would love to do. I'm trying to think.
I think one that I often put in the graveyard for a short amount of time and then come back to, it would be reading.
Yeah. I
think there's periods of time where I'm not reading anything and then I fall back into it, and it's so nice when I get back into it.
I straight up, the other day I had 2 audiobooks in my library on Libby, and I had finished one, and then I was like, I usually take a break right after I finish a book. And so I wasn't in the mood to listen to podcasts. And so I was just kind of listening to music for like 2 or 3 days. Then I got back in the car and I was like, oh, I have 2 audiobooks just sitting, waiting for me. And I was like so excited just to listen to them again. But yeah, there's something about reading, just like a physical book. I don't think I'd like to start running again. But some sort of fitness, like something fun though, like fun fitness. Yeah. So like I'd love to do Zumba, or I've never tried bar, but maybe bar, or
that sounds awful to me.
I don't know, Squat City. Maybe I should just start doing CrossFit. I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh,
I don't want to do that. But yeah, or it'd be really fun to start dancing, ballroom dancing, or partner dancing or something. I think we talked about that last episode, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you think of any?
As I'm looking back on my graveyard, I thought I like didn't do much prepping for this session because I was like, I got so many. It's going to come to mind so quickly. I'm realizing that a lot of mine were short burst hobbies where like I did a lot of drawing when I was younger. Poetry, I would say, was a really big hobby for a long time. Yeah. I even wrote short stories for a while. And I think maybe the short stories has kind of been absorbed into the hobby of D&D.
Sure. And even your poetry, you know, you still have that skill. You just might not exercise it very much. Or you still like love to write letters and things. Yeah. I was trying to think. Now, I recognize that we're literally recording one right now, but I would have said that one of your hobbies was podcasting because at one point you had like 5 podcasts you were on at one point, which is just nuts. Yeah.
They were fun conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, those shows, a lot of them are in the graveyard. And so that's like that's why I was, like, I'm trying to think.
Therapy Level Midnight was a really fun one because it was just the office from 2 counselors' perspectives. I really loved Unibrow Show, but especially looking at the analytics, nobody's listened to it. I think it has a total of 80 downloads for all 14 episodes.
Wow. Oh
but it's one of my favorites. It's so good. But yeah, I would say for a time there.
Yeah, Praying for Superpowers.
Praying for Superpowers was super fun with Peter. That was awesome. Just nerdy stuff. Deep dives again. Yeah.
And then a bunch of like ones for work. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other hobbies that I know of yours that have.
Yeah, I think they're just so brief because I think they tie into some of those deep dive research things.
Yeah.
Where and I think like Hannah and I share this a little bit. We'll find some random thing like, how do I repair the leather on this couch? And then it's like a couple days later, I'm suddenly a para expert on leathercraft.
Yeah.
Right. Like, ask me a question. I know the answer.
Yeah.
I know who the best people to go to are. I know all the names of the tools. Yeah. I just don't always like do it, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
And they're so rarely productive, practical ones. Like if I could get that itch for landscaping or for home improvement, maybe we can
just hope for like in our 70s to just be like gardeners.
Yeah.
I gotta say that I've never had that green of a thumb though, so I don't have that much hope. I mean, my Ivies that are both named Dave are still doing great.
They are.
But Dave Jr. just will not grow.
Yeah.
So.
And Dave Jr. died.
Yeah, I killed him accidentally.
But Dave's going strong.
Dave's going strong. All my succulent Daves are not going strong, which is shocking.
Yeah, we can't seem to keep a succulent alive.
Which is shocking.
Yeah. Our Christmas plant, whatever that thing is.
What is it called? Christmas cactus.
Christmas cactus.
So Christmas cactus Dave.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't have bugs in it, which is great.
That's true. Yeah. I just feel like I see pieces of it on the ground sometimes.
Sure.
Maybe that's
children.
Normal.
Our children.
Yeah.
I saw our son
count parenting as a hobby because it takes up most of my free time.
Well, I'd like to give that one up. Okay. Put that one in the graveyard.
Yeah. Baby parenting is definitely a hobby in the graveyard.
Yes. Yes. We are not baby parents anymore. We are toddler parents.
Yeah. And soon to be like full on kid parents.
Yeah.
Not even toddlers.
I know. We're about to have 2 in preschool, which is crazy.
Is wild.
Okay. I'm trying to think of any other hobbies. There was a stint. I'm thinking about things that we like. What I'm basing this off of when it comes to graveyard is what are things that we invested in that we don't use.
Oh.
And so one of them that I thought of was our longboards.
Oh yeah.
Our kids love playing with them, but we don't do anything with them.
I think we did like two adventures on the longboards, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, and then one very close to the surface is just our board games.
Like, oh, yeah.
We can pull those out at any point, but we just haven't had very many opportunities lately to play them.
I think that's a phase of life one for sure.
Or the energy to do that. Even just all these books. Like, I mean, we have read a significant amount of these books.
Yes, we have.
And there are lots that we haven't read.
There are.
So,
and it's not even because they're pretty. I think it's because they seem interesting.
Yeah.
Like I have one, I think it's actually like right here. And the line was like, Mark is running for his life in both the past, present, and the future. And I was like, sold. That's a great book, obviously. Mm-hmm. You've sold me on, and then it sucked. It was a really bad book.
No.
It took forever to get to any of the time travel, and then the time travel was super boring, and it was like questionable whether or not it was time travel. And it's right up there with Vampirates for me, where such a, like, just the name alone, I'm on board. Mm-hmm. And then halfway through, I haven't met a vampirate, and it's just been about two sad beige babies in a lighthouse.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that is currently in a graveyard, but shouldn't be, / I just need to finish
judgment
it.
Here.
It's doing our son's baby book.
Oh.
And continuing our daughters. Because, like, literally, the baby books that we got only go up to 5 years. Like, it's a structured thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the structure of it because it asks me specific questions that I can answer. And that works well for me. And our daughter is 5. So we're technically at the end of her book, but I haven't finished it. So that's something.
I know you don't need this, and my mom probably doesn't need me to throw her under the bus like this, but I have 2 baby books. One of them that's here and one of them that's at my mom's house. Different. And I'm pretty sure Samuel, Caleb, and Jackson do not have baby books.
Okay, but at the same time, like, your mom, for one kid, was able to make 2 books.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of backfires a little bit on my encouragement, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, just be better.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I have 2 dinner table things. One of them we've already mentioned.
Okay.
Look through each other's search history.
Oh, yeah.
And see what deep dives people have taken.
Yep. Or just propose it, record their response, and then put it on the internet for everybody to decipher what their problem is. Because that will cause no issues in your relationship.
I mean, in and of that self, though, this is a question I've been asking people recently is, what is your most recent internet deep dive? So you could also just ask that question, but that's kind of lame. Just like...
way less of a trust exercise.
Yeah. See if you can actually trust each other with your search histories. The second question is along the same lines, but with a touch different, is what's a hobby that has gone to the graveyard that you would like to resurrect?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I think along with that, too, it would be fun to find out, like, what are the hobbies that you're a little bit ashamed of? The ones that you totally got into that you kind of wish you could forget. Like,
Do you
I could
have
imagine.
one?
No, but I could imagine like some of the toys that we played with as kids where we're like totally obsessed with it. We're like, oh man, like, yeah. Right.
I don't know if I'm ashamed. I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know if I have many that I'm like ashamed of. Some of them are like embarrassing, but just because I was in a middle school ball of embarrassment.
As we all once were.
Yeah, I think that's really
middle school's the worst.
My whole emo phase, I'm going to resurrect one day and do it the right way where it's not embarrassing.
That's what's in your hobby graveyard that you would resurrect.
I'll write a song about it.
Can you imagine? You'll just be like in an assisted living home and you'll be like, it was never a phase. It'd be so funny.
Totally down with that.
Oh my gosh. Well, I like doing hobbies with you.
When have we ever done that?
When we paint minis.
Oh, yeah?
When we play video games. Or when we do our own hobbies in proximity with one another.
I take back my snarky comment.
That's
You're
right.
spot on. I enjoy doing all of those things with you, too.
Thank you.
It's super fun. Yeah, I think that I'm very much a solo hobbyist a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've also always loved about our relationship is that oftentimes being with you still feels like it fills alone time, which I don't think is, I don't know if that's normal, but
we're one.
We are one. Dorks. I love you.
I love you.